Hey, it's Jana Kramer inviting everybody out Friday, September 1st to the new RoCo Music Festival. It's going to be a blast. See you Friday, September 1st.
Yes, it will be, and there you see the information on how you can find the RoCo Music Fest. And joining us now in studio is Kelley VanHoose with the RoCo Music Fest. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
No, absolutely. I imagine it's a little busy right now.
It's very crazy, but crazy good. I love every minute of it. I really do.
It's good. We've got several acts who will be here this weekend for the RoCo Music Fest, and we're going to talk about them coming up right after these words.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
Well, we're on the heels of the Ross County Fair, which was just a couple of weeks ago, it seems. And here we are with the first big event after the fair.
Yes.
What's it been like?
The dust has finally settled just in time to kick it back up again, you know. Very busy, of course, cleaning up from the fair and then moving on to our next big thing, our very first RoCo Music Festival. We're also excited and have been working very hard to put this all together. I don't think any of us realized just how much work it would take to put into such a large production, but it will be worth it.
Yeah, this is kind of like our mini Woodstock. It would be nice to have that kind of a crowd show up, wouldn't it?
I hope so. That would be so fantastic. And I have no doubt that in years to come, it is definitely going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah. Now, of course, this is the first, so you really don't know what to expect because you've got to go through a lot of hoops to get to that first event.
Oh my gosh, it is. And it's so hard to really truly know what to expect, how many people, and do we have enough, people to be working this station, that station. And so we're all going to be scattered about. Mm-hmm. Wherever we're needed, we will be there.
What was it like to select the lineup for this?
It was actually quite fun. We started this really 6 months ago in February, and I worked on getting acts for a good month. And it was difficult for one because we were a little late in the game. So a lot of the artists had already been chosen by other places. So I had several top ones that I was aiming for. It was kind of like your wish list of artists. And so I just started from the top and started working my way down. So I was just tickled to death, really, to get the great names that we have. And so many of them have just taken off since then.
Now, 3 nights, and you'll have 3 shows each night, which is absolutely fantastic, and an opportunity for people to really sit back and enjoy music for, 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m.?
Yes, definitely the first act will be at 5 o'clock, and then the 7 and the 9 are the approximate tentative times, but we should stay pretty true to that.
Yeah. When you ever have an event like this, there's always subject to change. You've already had one change, and that was your first artist for Friday night's event, but you've got somebody ready to go.
Yes. We had Jimmy Mallory out at the Ross County Fair, so I'm glad we at least had him at the fair, and he was such a joy and delight to have, such a nice young man. But because of scheduling issues, he's had to step back, but we do have Nashville Crush that is so excited to come in at the wee hours of this and jump in and kick off the whole weekend. So they are super excited. They're a fun group that is very entertaining, very energetic, and so just the perfect fit to kick off the whole weekend.
Now, we heard from Jana Kramer to start this segment, but in between Nashville Crush and Jana Kramer is Little Texas, and they have a way of kicking it too, don't they?
They sure do. I tell you, they are characters. They will also bring a lot of excitement. Of course, a lot of people, our age, remember them, and they've had 14 number 1 hits. And every time you hear one, you go, oh, that's right. I love that. That was a great song. And then you hear the next one. It's like, oh, I forgot about that. So they are going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, they will lead right into Jana, who is an absolute doll. And she's going to be a little bit pregnant. She's like 7 months pregnant.
Is
right
that
now.
right?
So
One expected that we didn't expect.
yes, for sure.
That's good. That's all Friday night, and now you're a third of the way through. Jump into Saturday's lineup for us.
Saturday, oh my goodness. Nolan Taylor, he's a local fella. He actually went to school with my 2 older children at Paint Valley. So he's a Bainbridge boy, and he's out touring right now with El King and a group called 49 Winchester and Cadillac 3. So he is really doing well. We're so proud of Nolan. So we're lucky to get to have him come and kick off our Saturday night. People are just going to love him. Yeah.
And after him?
After him, of course, we have Randy Hauser. Now, Randy's been around for a minute or two and always brings a lot of great songs and entertainment. So lots of people know Randy.
Yeah.
So he's a great guy.
He's had some hits there.
He has, and he's still going strong.
Yeah. And then you got Dustin Lynch, who came on the scene, and he is really taken off.
Oh my gosh, everyone loves Dustin, and he's such a great guy, and has called in and done a lot of Zoom calls for us, and just good. He's just a good old boy, with great music and knows how to entertain, and I know he'll bring a nice crowd in.
That's the cool thing about country music. They know how to work the crowd and make the crowd feel like part of the show.
Oh, yes. And he's just that person that can do that. Yeah. Make you feel very at home. And, that's the thing about this venue is everyone is going to have that up close and personal feel at this concert that you don't always get at the big or, the Ohio State venues. There's so many people.
Yeah.
But this is going to feel very up close and just a different experience.
The intimacy will be fantastic.
Yeah, I think a lot of people haven't had that experience at a concert before.
Yeah, especially with campers around.
Yes. Well, that's the great thing, too, is you can have all this fun, and the folks who are camping can just walk right back to their camper and you don't have to drive an hour or two. We're down here in southern Ohio where it takes, a good hour and 45 minutes to get to one of the big cities. Yeah. And that's usually the downfall of after you've seen a concert. Now we got to drive home. So this is a little different. It's right in our backyard.
You can walk right back to the camper, or use the golf cart, whichever.
Yes.
We'll talk more about the camping in just a bit, but we're 48 hours in. We've got day number 3.
We still have a day to go.
Yeah.
So we will be kicking off at 5 o'clock with 3 girls from Nashville called Sweet Tea Trio. Now they're 3 beautiful girls and sweet as pie. They will have every man's eye there in the crowd, and a lot of little boys also like Sweet Tea Trio. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then, of course, we roll into Lynn. Lynn is another great artist and a beautiful, beautiful girl with a sweet soul. And she'll be kicking off around 7 o'clock. And then we roll right into Parker McCollum. Now this is the one. This is the grand finale. As you say, we were able to get him early on. Thank goodness. Since we booked him, he's gone off the charts. His value has also gone up quite considerably. So thank goodness we got him when we did, because I'm not sure we could afford him now. But he's selling out everywhere he goes. He's got a wonderful fan base. Of course, he hails from Texas, so he's a Texas boy and just doing great.
So it won't be too hot for him. He's used to that Texas heat.
I think he'll fit in just fine, yeah.
Absolutely. Some of these folks have been on with Bobby Bones on 94 Country. A lot of people hear his show. And he has opened the doors to so many artists to come in and get a chance to meet like Parker McCollum and Dustin Lynch. Gives them an opportunity to show who they are. It's almost like a mini concert. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've performed on radio, but they also then get a chance to see it up live.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Camping. This is something that gosh, I guess if I have my camper out for the fair, I may as well just left it there.
A few have done that.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we always joke about it being the second largest city in Ross County when the fair's around. Got a feeling we're going to have that experience again.
I think so. And we're already, packed from the fair. So why not just get back in there, and go at it again. That's what I told my kids earlier this week as we were packing our camper. It's like going to the fair all over again. That would have been a dream come true for me as a kid. I grew up at the fair, and I was always so sad when it was over.
Right. Now, for those who've been to the fair and experienced concerts at the fair before, you've got the grandstand to sit in, but seating's much different because you've got a different stage and the whole deal for the RoCo Music Fest.
So true, and a lot of people I think are going to be surprised that we're not truly utilizing the grandstands themselves, but the stage and the whole venue will be taking place in the infield, so right there in the middle of the racetrack. So the stage will be on the north end towards the water company and then facing the campgrounds. So that whole area will be plenty of space for people to come and sit and be able to enjoy the whole evening. And of course, in the back, we'll have a beer garden. I think we've got 3 beer gardens that will be set up, 2 in the infield there and then 1 in the midway. And then we have a traveling liquor lady that will be there making mixed drinks and things like that. So yeah, a little different than the fair, but still very family friendly. I mean, there's going to be activities for the kids. And, of course, as all the kids there in the campgrounds love to bring their bicycles and scooters and hoverboards. And so they'll have lots to keep them busy while maybe mom and dad are going to the concerts and they don't want to go.
Will there be food vendors?
There will be plenty of food vendors, absolutely. And there will be, pop and water and lemon shake-ups for the non-drinkers also.
Now, much of the activity is taking place inside the track, as you mentioned, in the infield there. Will the rest of the fairgrounds be utilized in any way?
Most of the area is going to be up around closer to the grandstands, but the midway area there will be the most utilized.
Right. Now, once you have this weekend complete, I'm sure planning will start for next year, if it hasn't already started.
We very well could be starting on next year's, that's for sure. But we'll probably give Monday as a cleanup day and Tuesday go back at it.
You'll be laboring on Labor Day.
Yes. And it's just like the fair. As soon as the fair is over, the fair board and is right back at it. Planning for next year. What do we need to change? What went well? What didn't go well? And of course, RoCo will be the same way. And so I can't wait to get started on next year.
Do you have one person taking notes, or is everyone collectively taking notes to say, this is what we need to change for next year, or this really worked well, we need to do it more?
It's a collective group, yes, that we're all keeping tabs on what we want to change for next year. Obviously, when you do something for the first time, you do find that didn't work so well, let's try this, let's do that. So I'm very excited to be able to utilize those notes to make the next year better and bigger. I mean, that's the goal, is to, be bigger and better than the year before and bring more people in. I mean, we've already have 6 states of people that we know are coming. Wow. So that's always exciting. I mean, we have them from Tennessee and Illinois. I get phone calls from all around, and it's just amazing to me. But that means the advertising's working,
Yes.
And that's always a good thing. But being the first year, and RoCo is so new to everyone, we have to claim it and make it Labor Day weekend. And this is the thing. This is the thing for Labor Day.
Anything and everything you do will have critics. There's no question there. And I'm sure a lot of the locals might think, how are you going to be able to draw that many people? But you're reaching out and you're serving a region. And I think that's the big key right there, because the success for Jamboree in the Hills and other big festivals like that, it's not all local people coming there. It's coming from around.
That is so true, and we do talk a lot about our local neighbors and such, but it's bigger than Ross County, and obviously we don't expect to have 10,000 people this year.
It'd be nice.
It would be nice, and heck, who knows,
Yeah.
But but that's part of it, doing it the first year and then the second and the third, and just building on. And I'm so happy and proud to be part of it this first year, so that I can help nurture it and get it to where I know the potential can be.
Right. Now, how do people get tickets?
Tickets are very easy to get. You go to RoCoMusicFest.com, and you pick out whichever level of tickets that you want, and we can talk about that real quickly. You can do a one-day pass, and that's $100 for the 3 concerts, which is
that's cheap.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
And then you can do a 3-day commuter pass, where you come all 3 days, and it's $175. So that's the best value there. If you're going to come more than one day, you need to just go ahead and get the 3-day and come all 3 days. And then, of course, if you're a camper, if you're going to be camping, you do have to have a $200 wristband. And that gives you full access to be able to come and go, because the folks who are commuting will not be able to go back to the campgrounds. So that's the key of, if you're going to be camping, you've got full access of the grounds. And of course, that the $200 gives you 9 concerts.
Incredible.
9 concerts, yes.
You just don't see that anywhere.
No, you don't. I go to concerts all the time, and I like being up close because I like that personal experience. But you have to pay a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
Definitely not $200.
It's a little steeper than that, isn't it?
It sure is. It sure is. So yes, the website is very easy. We also, if you do want to camp, it's $150 for the 3 days, which again is another great value.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those people that want to move in early, we have that option too. If you would like to even move in today's Wednesday, so it's just an extra $25 today, and then tomorrow is $50. And then, of course, Friday, Saturday, Sunday's the $150.
What a weekend here in Ross County. I'm excited for you. I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but I know I'm going to see pictures on Facebook. Word's going to get around.
Yes.
And a lot of people are going to say, I wish I were there.
I know, right? That's so true. And of course, being kind of late in planning, a lot of people do have plans already, but they'll know next year to plan for Labor Day in Ross County. But it's such a big deal for Ross County. I mean, it's just going to bring in revenue for our restaurants and hotels, and it's what's not to love about getting together and celebrating the last weekend of summer.
And on the precipice of the World Heritage designation. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, yes.
One more reason to come to Chillicothe.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. There's so much to do in Chillicothe if you're not from Chillicothe.
There's a lot to do from Chillicothe if you are from Chillicothe.
And a lot of things I need to revisit. It's been a while that I need to go and visit some of these local historical sites.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything we've missed that you wanted to make sure people know about?
I would like to thank our sponsors.
Sure.
Absolutely. We have Green Lawn RV, who's one of our sponsors, and the Chillicothe Visitors Bureau, Peterbilt, and of course, a very special thank you to our Ross County Fair Board members who have been putting the show together and bringing country music back into Ross County and for the local community.
We're excited for you. Congratulations
Thank you.
on getting to this point. And now here you are, ready to, I'm sure you're chomping at the bit.
We are. We're chomping at the bit. We are very excited and nervous and all that all at the same time, but it's all going to be good, and it's a big deal, and I'm just so proud to be part of it.
A big weekend at the Ross County Fair for RoCo Music Fest. This is the very first one, and who knows, 25, 30 years down the road, you can say, I was there.
That's right.
We made it happen.
Absolutely.
Kelley VanHoose, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching here on Litter Media. And of course, we'll have another special edition coming your way here in just a bit at the top of the hour. So stick close for that as well here on Litter Media Live.